watched everything from the get-go. I've always read about everything before it was even made into anything. Same with Central Park 5. So when I saw this, and then when I did Central Park 5, and as I was telling Amy, it's night and day, but the stories are similar. How do you correct a justice system that screws you and doesn't want to admit that they've made mistakes? And then when you have an ordinary citizen like yourself coming in to write letters, because I have a friend who did the exact same thing, no one tells you how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
No.
How hard is that?
You don't know in the beginning, right? So you go into it thinking, this is what I thought. I thought, I'm going down there, I can certainly give 5 years of my life to this. And it ended up being 17 years. But when you're in the midst of it and you're fighting and you see you're making progress, albeit slowly, there's no, I mean, and especially when you're working for such an extraordinary man, there's no saying I quit or I'm going home now. You stick it out. It's hard and it's grueling, but it's the most important work anyone could do.
Damien, when it comes to you, I'm a practicing Buddhist, so I understand what changes you went through. What was most difficult for you? You had someone on the outside helping you and fighting you. You had, I'll call them your brothers on the inside because you all went through the same thing. What was most difficult for you?
I guess it was the brutality. You know, the little things that most people don't stop to think about, like the fact that there's almost no medical care on death row. You know, they're not going to spend a lot of time and money and energy taking care of somebody they plan on killing. So whenever you get really sick or you're in a lot of pain or whatever it is, you're just screwed. You know, you just lay there and suffer a lot of times. There's things like that, and it's also just the fact that no one believes anything you say. You know, once you've been accused of the things that they accuse me of, it's being a Satanist and a child murderer and all these different things, there's nothing you can say to defend yourself because nobody wants to hear it. Once you've got that jacket put on you, that label put on you, there's no way that you can make yourself heard in any way that's going to matter to anyone. That's the hardest part of it.
You know, the best line in there, which makes a lot of sense, is when Henry Rollins says that. I can say, that could have been me. That could be anybody. I know what it's like to drive down the streets of Beverly Hills and get stopped for having a nice car.
Yeah.
For not doing anything. So, believe me, I know, but I don't understand what you went through. But seeing that, it's got to be almost a relief in a way, would you say?
Yeah, oh, of course it is, to know that other people have an understanding and that they're drawn to this case because they feel an affinity for Damien. And that happened a lot. Most of the people who did come forward were people who were outsiders, who had been ostracized from their community. We had so many people, and that meant a great deal to us.
And it's also, we keep in mind that this documentary isn't just about this case. You know, stuff like this happens all the time. You do have all of these injustices going on a daily basis. So just every single person that watches this movie and is aware of what's happening can then prevent it from happening to someone else in the future. You know, every single person that sees it is a potential jury member on some other case.
I have a last question. What is your favorite charity? It's called Matters That Matters on my website. And what's a favorite charity of yours, if you have one? What might that be?
Dharma Friends.
Yeah.
There was an organization in Arkansas called Dharma Friends, and it's a Buddhist organization that helps prisoners. It's an entirely prison-associated organization. The head of it is a lady named Anna Cox, who used to come onto death row to lead like meditation practices and stuff, and a lot of times she was the only thing guys on there had. She would literally come in and help you get ready to die. You know, that was a lot of what her job is, and they run entirely on donations from people. So Dharma Friends.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.